This is a boot. This is a submarine. This is a barrel on a 5-acre ranch, and this is a secret B&B you can only access off-road in one country in the world. For the next week, I'll be staying in the most unique Airbnbs I can find. Besides staying in these uniquely shaped B&Bs, I also created a side quest. In each of these locations, I must do something related to the place I stay, starting with a boot.
I'm standing outside of a literal boot, and this is where I'll be staying for the next day.
Could you ever imagine staying in a shoe? More specifically, a boot. Now you can, thanks to Airbnb's OMG section. And let's see what people have to say. So cute, like a fairy tale, 5-star. Cute and cozy place, 3-star. What the? Delicious bread and jams for breakfast. Chemical toilet, not very nice, 5-star. What in the? When we drove to the place, we had no idea how big the shoe looked, until we parked the car. It was huge.
Welcome to my boot. Do come in.
Everything about this place was boot themed. The house, the books inside, even the key to it. And coolest of all, the outside of the grill is made to look like the back of a shoe. Inside the house, we found handmade bread and cookies which were delicious, a cozy living room with a fireplace, and an interesting...
You are now watching it down.
One of the coolest things about this B&B was the little book we found that showed how the boot was made, from the structure to the finished project. There was also a book with people who stayed here for an anniversary or honeymoon.
We had a magical first night as husband and wife, something we will always remember. Thank you, Janelle and Andrew. Shout out to you guys.
And then there was us.
Does this mean I have to write something with you?
No, bro.
Oh, okay.
But the most cool thing of all was up the spiral staircase of the boot. A balcony where you could stand at the top of a 20-foot boot. How cool is that? And now, it's time for the side quest. Okay, so for my first side mission, I chose a traditional one. It was an event only known as doing a shoey. Used to bring good luck, or as punishment, the shoey is a rite of passage for any Australasian person. All you had to do was pour beer into a shoe you wore and drink out of it. Everyone does this. In fact, even beer extraordinaire and all-around nice guy Post Malone famously did a shoey on stage while performing here. And now it was time to do one too. Shoe, sock odor, plus beer. Disgusting. But I did it. And after I did, we celebrated. The next B&B was a barrel.
And let me tell you, it is a barrel house. Come take a look.
It sat on a huge 5-acre property, which we were allowed to explore.
That dude is mad. Okay.
My favorite thing about the property was a little game they had in the kitchen which featured a laminated copy of plush toys the owners had lovingly placed throughout the property. We had to find them all. Okay, so at first I thought it was childish, but after I found the first few toys, I couldn't help but want to find them all.
Easily, you're the saddest unicorn in existence. I'm so sorry to whoever did this to you, but things will get better. You know, sometimes it's the simple things. I never thought I'd be walking around a big farm property trying to find plush toys, and I never thought that would be something I would find fun, but I can't seem to find one of them. And if I don't actually find that thing, I'm not leaving the property. And his name's Puppy Dog. He's the cutest one.
Once we were done setting up, the sun began to set and we had to find a way to make food, so I got to cooking. I kept this moment of my friend and I eating in the video because I thought it was a really sweet moment where we just put the phones down and enjoyed a pizza. It's not often that we get to do it. And now, it's time for the side quests. At night, we were actually given firewood, and this allowed me to do my next mission, which was to create a barrel-shaped s'more. This would take 3 things: an outdoor fire, skewers, and a lot of marshmallows. I won't lie to you, it was going to be disgusting, because this wasn't your average s'more. No, this was a s'more. Why did I write that? Because it would take s'more crackers, s'more marshmallows, s'more skewers, and s'more fire. Sorry. Look at it. A barrel-shaped s'more. The sugar rush alone was going to be a trip, but I tried it out. And this was my honest reaction.
Bon appetit, guys.
I thought this was gonna be a disaster, but it was actually a masterpiece.
Oh my god. This is legit one of the best things I've made. No cap.
I can't say the same for my friend though.
What is that? Oh. What the hell happened to your s'more?
It was now bedtime and my friend and I played rock, paper, scissors to see who got the top bunk. I won and chose the top bunk, but after climbing it, I realized I wanted the bottom. Within minutes, I was off to sleep. Maybe one of my favorite things ever is waking up to the sound of birds and other creatures in the morning.
Except my friend is snoring at the top bunk.
It was time to move to the next B&B, but I still had a side mission to finish. Find the rest of the plush toys, and I found every single one of them, except for this guy.
I've been walking around trying to find it for, I don't know, 20, 25 minutes. Doesn't really seem possible, so I might have to give this up.
With a stroke of luck, I found him and we were off.
Are you kidding me? I looked through the camera lens and I found him. Puppy dog. The final one.
It was time to say goodbye, but before I did, this cute guy came to wish us luck. Our next B&B was a yellow submarine. Located in a remote place, it was unmissable when arriving.
Unfortunately, due to safety reasons, it was above water.
But indeed, it was a real submarine. Featuring an opening and closing hatch with a wheel, it felt like I was in a SpongeBob episode. We actually got jump scared when walking in because hiding behind the door was our first mate Gary. I have no idea if that's his real name, but it is now. The decor was all submarine themed and was absolutely packed. In every single corner you could find something new. There was also a radio and a DVD player that only played sea-themed videos.
Literally, look at that. It's all sea related. What is this stuff?
The toilet and bath were not only working, but featured yellow submarine-themed curtains and an emergency hatch. It also had 2 very comfortable bunk beds and a couch to take a breather on, but the coolest part was upstairs. This was the captain's quarters, and it had a wheel for the submarine.
So like I said, this is, oh my god, that's an actual thing. I didn't know that worked. I didn't know submarines had like horns. Are there other submarines in the sea? Do submarines have traffic?
Isn't that crazy? And if you subscribed right now, you could say you subbed while I was in a sub. So that would be cool.
Side quest time.
Okay, so our mission here was to make a song. Yellow Submarine was of course a classic song by the Beatles.
But I looked up the current UK songs because I wanted to be like the Beatles. Current UK is drill.
I like that.
You like that?
I like that.
Huh. I guess we gotta make a drill song.
So I whipped out my laptop, cooked up a beat, and wrote some lyrics. Here goes nothing. I'm in a submarine. It's going down just like all of your dreams. I got phenomenal cream and I do beats wavy like sea. I get it wetter than water. I might just smash on your daughter. I might just trade in the stuff for a Porsche, piping it down like a pauper. Oh man, yeah. Periscope just to watch you float. Pair of those, man, you must be broke. In a submarine's a go. Catch the wave or get a lifeboat. My homies gas got an unthaw. Talk about me and the song God. Under the sea, that song God. Put holes in your body like SpongeBob. Yeah. And now for the secret B&B. Being in New Zealand, there is only one place you can find here and nowhere else, and that place is Middle Earth. This place is so hidden, most people in the country don't even know about it. In fact, when we got there, we had to park our car and use an off-road farm vehicle to drive a few kilometers down to the actual place. And when we got there, we found our very own hobbit home for the night.
This is Hobbiton.
Featuring a Lord of the Rings hobbit-shaped home, a pond with lily pads, a curved bridge, and Shire-like grass everywhere, this place really felt like living in Middle Earth, and it was all ours.
And of course, we're staying the night.
This is the closest you can get to an actual hobbit home, as none were made to be habitable in New Zealand. Trust me, we checked. Also, while getting amazing drone footage, my cameraman backed a drone up into a tree 20 meters high, so we spent the next hour trying to wrestle it down. After we did though, it had gotten dark and we realized something about the Shire. There was no power. So we lit every candle we could find and did a house tour. The house was made from wood and stone and had that nostalgic feel about it.
So there is quite a lot here. Oh wow, this bunny rabbit, kind of cool. Didn't know that this has anything to do with Lord of the Rings. Maybe Gandalf.
With a huge bench and candles in the middle, an old kitchen and kettle to the side, and a bed to the other.
And over here is the bathroom. They've got a shower that's on a rock. It's even got nice door handles.
It was beautiful, but I started to get the feeling this home wasn't just made for fans of The Hobbit,
Oh, yo, look at that.
Oh shit.
because there were robes.
I thought it was just like a Hobbit thing, like, you know, you go with your homie. I didn't know this was like...
The only problem was the bed.
Look at it. It looks like a sheep that you sleep on.
It was fluffy and cute, but also made for two petite people.
I don't know where you're sleeping tonight, bro, but I'm sleeping right here.
So we were gonna have to decide who gets the bed and who sleeps outside. After exploring the house, there was only one thing to do, which was the final challenge, and also the easiest one you could think of.
For my final challenge, I actually went to Hobbit Town just so I could get this, because it wouldn't be complete if I didn't actually have a Hobbit drink. But I did get one more surprise. It is called the Lord of the Rings for the reason.
Unlike Frodo, I was done fighting it. I went to Hobbiton earlier and got myself a real Lord of the Rings ring. And that, my friends, was the challenge.
Wearing the Lord of the Rings ring while drinking Lord of the Rings stuff.
Turn into a hobbit at Hobbiton for the night. And so we did.
30th May. Happy face. Love. Leo. Why did I draw legs on it? Oh, that's so stupid. Okay.
Staying in unique B&Bs for the first time was amazing. It really opened my eyes to some of the fantastic stays around the world. In New Zealand, my favorite and also most hated thing was how far away everything was. Driving 5 hours to stay the night wasn't fun initially, but after I got there, I realized why it took so long. The beauty of a quiet night under the stars with fire to keep you warm makes you thankful for how convenient things are in our everyday lives. Things like using a light bulb, or pooping and not having to throw sawdust on it. But it also makes you realize how nice it can be to take a step back and just look at the beauty of things.